Welcome back. If you're slowly starting to, switch your televisions back on and switch on CNBC TV18 for the first time in 25, let me wish you a very happy new year from all of us here at the CNBC TV18 team. Well, we've run you through the trade setups earlier, and it's time to delve into stocks with our research team. And let's start with Hero MotoCorp, where there has been a sharp drop in sales numbers. Rima is here, and we kick the stock segment off with that. Rima, good morning.
Hi, good morning. So indeed, Hero MotoCorp's total sales have fallen by 18% in the month of December. This is much sharper than the 5% decline that was anticipated by the street. The problem is domestic sales. Domestic sales have seen a fall of about 22%. Exports have been strong for the industry, so that in some ways cushioned the fall. For Hero MotoCorp, exports have gone up by nearly 90%. But, after the pre-buying that we saw in October and November, things have drastically slowed down for two-wheelers because not just Hero MotoCorp. If you remember, even Bajaj Auto's domestic sales were disappointing. And now you've got Hero too, with total sales down 18%, domestic sales down 22%.
Okay. No, this has been a problem, Rima. Even TVS, the motorcycle sales were not good. So even if the overall numbers were good elsewhere, there is a niggling problem with the domestic market. Vinny, Avenue Supermarts and V-Mart on your radar?
Absolutely. Both these retailers, strong Q3 FY24 performance, FY25 performance is what we're seeing coming in. Now, Avenue Supermart standalone revenue has seen a growth of 17% on a year-on-year basis, coming in at around 15,500 crores. The store addition, that's been interesting. They've added 10 stores during this quarter. Last quarter, they'd added 6 stores. So, the pace of store expansion, that is surely seeing an increase. And overall, the number of stores are standing at 387. Brokerages also are saying that they're quite positive on Avenue Supermart's Q3 FY25 update. So, surely and green is what we're expecting here. Let's move on and talk about V-Mart also. The revenue from operations during Q3 FY25, 16% over there in terms of an uptake. Same-store sales growth coming in at a 10% growth for the quarter. 21 stores is what they've added, and overall the company on a YTD basis has added 49 stores. So pace of store expansion was key for all these companies, and seems like that's been picking up, and it'll be interesting to see how this moves in trade.
Okay, thanks a lot for that, Vinny. Well, I'm looking at two stocks from the metals pack, Hindustan Zinc as well as MOIL. Remember, the dollar index is stronger, which is normally not very good news for LME metal prices. But with regard to the quarterly update, well, Hindustan Zinc, it's a subdued quarter that they've reported. The mine metal production is a little bit lower. The saleable metal production, though, was more or less flattish because zinc was higher while lead was mildly lower. And that's how that offsets both of them. Silver, however, is down close to around 18% or thereabouts. That's primarily because of the change in the mining sequence as that SK mine. So part of the street was already prepared for this, but it's not that great. So that's why we're going with a tinge of red on Hindustan Zinc. Remember, it's not a big mover in terms of a stock price movement, but going with a little bit of red out there. MOIL, well, they say that they've achieved their best ever Q3 performance. The sales number is up by close to around 13%. So the street will like that. Production number coming in at around 4.6 lakh tons as well. And for the 9 months, remember, it's not that great, but the past quarter actually was good. So going with green out there, the management has also added a line that they expect that the Q3 will be one of the best ever in terms of revenues. So that gives an additional reason to go with green on this particular one.
Okay, good to hear that. Banks, the numbers looked good. Abhishek, with Bank of Maharashtra first.
Well, to begin with, Bank of Maharashtra, the deposit growth seems to be sequentially on the weaker side, but take no credit away. The loan growth is very robust for them. So deposits are up 13.5% YOY and just 1% quarter on quarter. The CASA is up about 11.5% YOY and 0.98% sequentially. So CASA ratio is more or less stable, which is a surprising factor on the positive side. CASA ratio is at 49.3% versus 49.3% in the previous quarter. The loan growth, that's pretty robust, more than 21% YOY and more than 5% sequentially, which shows that the credit deposit ratio has improved both YOY and quarter on quarter. So the net interest margin can remain stable or improve if at all slippages are under control. Back to you.
All right.
All right. Got that, Abhishek. Thanks a lot for that. Well, let's come back to Vinny. She's here to tell us about some more stocks in the news. Vinny, take it away.
Yes, so now we're keeping an eye out on few pharma and railway names. Now, Biocon is going to be in focus after Biocon Pharma, which is an arm of the company, has received an approval for tacrolimus capsules. This is in China. Now, what does this drug do? This drug is actually used as an immunosuppressant, and it's used to prevent organ rejection in transplant patients by reducing body immune response. So this is an important one coming in for Biocon. They have received this approval from the National Medical Products Administration in China, and this will add to their complex drug portfolio. They're working towards, expediting the process of commercializing this soon in the region as well. So it will be interesting to watch out. We're expecting green here. Wockhardt Pharma also, we're expecting green coming in on the stock after the CDSCO has given an approval for a new generation oral antibiotic drug, that is anaphytromycin, for the company. This is used for treatment of community-acquired bacterial pneumonia. So keep an eye out on Wockhardt as well. Lastly, RITES is in focus. Couple of news flows coming in. One is an order win that they have. They've received an order for repair of locomotives of around 43 locomotives, and this is for around a value of around 70 crores. And other than that, they've signed an MOU also. This MOU is signed by the subsidiary of RITES, that is REMC and IRFC. This is for financing projects for the Indian Railway is what they'll be focusing on. So interesting to keep an eye out on RITES. Expecting a green here as well.
Okay. Thanks for that neat wrap, Winnie. And now for an overarching cue on crude, Manisha Gupta joins us. Morning, Manisha.
Morning, and thank you for that, Lata. Well, yes, we've seen a surge of 2% overnight. So 2025 in that sense has begun on a stronger note. And with this 2% gain, we are headed for a second weekly gain. $76 a barrel on the Brent prices also is the highest since October 2024. Well, the investors returning from holidays are buying into crude oil prices. Remember, last year was a 3% of decline, and it has been 2 years of decline. So there is some opportunity buying happening at the lower levels as well. A couple of factors which have been supportive. One, there is decline in U.S. crude inventories for a 6th straight week. And then the markets also are reacting to positive China factory data and manufacturing numbers. The Chinese president also in the yearly pledge promoted growth and more proactive policies in 2025. And then the markets are looking at geopolitics as well. You have Russia drone strike on Kyiv, Israel military actions in Gaza. Russia also has halted gas pipeline export through Ukraine after the transit agreement has expired on 31st of December 2024. So there are some supply concerns, geopolitics, and of course some positive data supporting crude oil prices as of now.
Oh, yeah, 76. We haven't seen that in some time. Thank you very much, Manisha. And with that, let me quickly recap all our top stocks. Stocks with positive news flow are Avenue Supermarts, V-Mart Retail, Moil, Bank of Maharashtra, Biocon, Wockhardt, RITES and ONGC. Stocks with negative news flow are Hero Moto and Hindustan Zinc. Well,
Okay, what we'll do is we'll take a quick commercial break here. We're going to come back. Siddharth Khemka of Motilal Oswal Financial Services will join in. We talk specific stocks with him on the other side. Stay tuned.